On our 7th anniversary, as the candlelight flickered across the table in our cozy Brooklyn apartment, Ben looked me straight in the eyes and said, "Alex, I'm tired of this of us." Those words hit like a freight train, shattering the illusion of our perfect life together. I didn't argue. I just packed a bag that night and walked out, leaving behind the man I'd built my world around for nearly a decade. The next morning, the city buzzed with its usual indifference, but my world felt unmoored. I'd met Ben back in college, at a campus pride event where we bonded over shared dreams of escaping conservative upbringings. He was from a small town in Texas, where being gay meant hiding in shadows, and I grew up in suburban California, where acceptance was preached but rarely practiced. Our relationship had been a refuge, a testament to resilience against societal odds. But lately, cracks had formed, subtle at first, like Ben's growing frustration with my demanding job as a graphic designer, or my resentment toward his late nights at the law firm. We argued about everything from finances to family visits, but I never thought it'd end like this. I crashed at my friend Jamie's place in Manhattan, a cramped studio that smelled of takeout and regret. Jamie, ever the supportive straight ally, poured me a whiskey and listened as I vented. He said he's tired? After 7 years? What does that even mean? I ranted, pacing the room. Jamie shrugged. Relationships evolve, man. Maybe he needs space. But space felt like abandonment. I replayed our last conversation in my head. Ben complaining about how our routines had become monotonous, how we'd lost the spark. Was it my fault? Had I become too complacent? Days turned into weeks, and I threw myself into work, designing logos for startups that promised innovation while my personal life crumbled. Social media became a minefield. Mutual friends posting photos of Ben at parties, looking carefree. One night, scrolling through Instagram, I saw him with a group at a bar, laughing with a guy I'd never met. Jealousy surged, but so did anger. Why should I care? He ended it. Yet the loneliness crept in. Coming home to an empty bed, no one to share the day's highs and lows. I started attending support groups for LGBTQ folks dealing with breakups, held in a community center in Chelsea. There, I met others with stories that mirrored mine. Partners who bailed when the going got tough, families who disapproved, societal pressures that amplified every flaw. One guy, Marcus, shared how his ex left because his parents threatened to cut him off financially if he stayed in a gay lifestyle. It made me think of Ben's family, who tolerated us but never fully accepted. His mom once said, "It's just a phase." During a holiday visit, maybe that weight finally broke him. As I navigated this new single life, I faced my own demons. I'd always been the optimist, the one pushing for marriage equality rallies and pride parades. But now doubt seeped in. Was love between two men doomed to fail in a world still grappling with acceptance? I went on a few dates, coffee with a teacher, drinks with an artist, but they felt hollow. No one compared to Ben's quiet intensity, his way of making me feel seen. One evening, after a particularly grueling day, my phone buzzed. It was Ben. "Can we talk?" the text read. My heart raced, but I ignored it. He didn't deserve a quick response. The next day, another message. "I miss you." I stared at the screen, torn between hope and hurt. Part of me wanted to run back, but the other part screamed for self-respect. How could I trust him again? The conflicts escalated in my mind. Society's expectations loomed large. Straight couples got second chances. But for us, every misstep felt scrutinized. Friends divided. Some said forgive, others warned against recycling pain. I confided in my sister, who lived across the country. "Alex, if he's truly sorry, maybe it's worth it. But don't let fear of being alone drive you." Her words lingered as I lay awake, questioning everything. By the end of the first month apart, I'd started therapy, unpacking years of internalized homophobia and relational baggage. The therapist, a kind woman named Dr. Ruiz, challenged me. "What do you want, Alex? Not what society wants or Ben, but you." It was a simple question with no easy answer. As I pondered, Ben's calls increased, each voicemail a mix of apology and desperation. But I held firm, needing time to heal. The city, with its vibrant queer scene, offered distractions. Drag shows, art exhibits, but nothing filled the void. I volunteered at a youth shelter for LGBTQ teens, hearing stories of rejection that echoed my fears. One kid, a 17-year-old named Tyler, ran away after his parents discovered his boyfriend. "They said it's unnatural," he confided. It fueled my resolve to not settle for less than full commitment. Yet doubts about Ben persisted. Was his tiredness a cop-out, or a genuine cry for help? Our relationship had weathered storms. His job loss 2 years ago, my health scare last winter. We'd always bounced back. Maybe this was just another hurdle. As the second month dawned, I decided to respond. "Meet me at our old spot," I texted. The park where we'd shared our first kiss. Neutral ground. As I waited on the bench, autumn leaves swirling, I braced for whatever came next. Ben arrived, looking haggard, eyes red-rimmed. "Alex, I was wrong," he began, but I cut him off. "Why now? What changed?" He sighed. "I thought space would clarify things, but it only showed me how empty life is without you." We talked for hours, airing grievances, his fear of commitment in a judgmental world, my tendency to avoid conflict. It was raw, honest. By sunset, tears flowed, but so did tentative hope. Still, I didn't rush back. "I need more time," I said. He nodded, respecting my boundary. As I walked away, a spark reignited, but caution tempered it. The road ahead was uncertain, filled with societal minefields and personal pitfalls. The weeks following our park meeting blurred into a tentative dance of reconciliation. Ben texted daily, small gestures like sharing articles on queer rights or photos of our favorite coffee shop. I responded sparingly, guarding my heart. Work consumed me, a big project for a nonprofit advocating LGBTQ adoption rights. Felt ironic, designing campaigns for families while mine lay in ruins. One afternoon, during a team meeting, my boss praised my dedication. "Alex, you've been on fire lately. Breakup fuel?" She joked. I forced a smile, but inside, turmoil brewed. Society's narrative of gay relationships as fleeting haunted me. Straight friends married with kids while we fought for basic recognition. Ben's exhaustion, was it internalized pressure? I confided in Marcus from the support group. Over beers at a quiet bar, he shared his story. My ex caved to family expectations. Said he couldn't handle the stares, the whispers. It resonated. Ben's Texas roots ran deep. His dad once called our love a choice you can unmake. Maybe that's what tired him. As Thanksgiving approached, family dynamics amplified the drama. My parents, supportive but distant, invited me home. "Bring Ben if you're back together," Mom said casually. I hadn't told them about the split. Ben's family, meanwhile, pretended I didn't exist. He mentioned a tense call with his sister. She asked if I'm over that phase yet. It fueled arguments in my head. Should I fight for us, or let go? One night, Ben showed up at Jamie's door with takeout from our go-to-Thai place. "Peace offering," he said. We ate on the fire escape, city lights twinkling below. "I realize now how much I took you for granted," he admitted. "Work stress, family crap. It built up." I nodded, sharing my own fears. I felt like I was always proving our love is valid. The conversation turned intimate, vulnerabilities exposed. But trust rebuilt slowly. A week later, at a Pride event fundraiser, I saw Ben across the room, chatting with the same guy from Instagram. Jealousy flared. "Who's that?" I asked later. "Just a colleague," he replied defensively. It sparked our first post-split fight. "If you're tired, why flirt?" I accused. He countered. "You're the one who left." Emotions escalated, voices raised in the street. We parted angry, but the next day apologies came. "I don't want anyone else," Ben texted. Prompted reflection. In a world where gay men faced higher rates of depression from discrimination, our issues weren't unique. Therapy helped. Dr. Ruiz encouraged boundary setting. "Define what you need, Alex." Christmas loomed, heightening isolation. Friends hosted parties, couples everywhere. I attended one alone, fielding questions. "Where's Ben?" "Taking a break," I mumbled. Whispers followed, gossip about our drama. Felt like society judged us harsher. Ben invited me to his apartment, our old home, for dinner. "No pressure," he said. I went, heart pounding. The place looked the same, memories flooding. We cooked together, laughter easing tension. Over wine, he opened up about therapy too. I was scared of forever in a world that doesn't always support us. Tears welled. "I want to try again." I hesitated. "What if you get tired again?" He took my hand. "Then we talk, not run." It was a turning point, but doubts lingered. As I left, a kiss lingered, soft, familiar. Hope flickered. New Year's Eve brought clarity. At a rooftop party, surrounded by revelers, I realized life's brevity. Ben texted, "Miss you at midnight." Called him, "Come over." He arrived just before the ball dropped. We watched fireworks, arms entwined. "To new beginnings," he toasted. But reality intruded. January brought a work crisis for Ben. A case involving LGBTQ discrimination. He dove in, late nights returning. I worried patterns repeated. "Don't shut me out," I warned. He promised change. Social conflicts arose. A mutual friend's wedding, straight couple, lavish affair. We attended together. First public outing post-split. Whispers about our status. Ben's colleague, the Instagram guy, was there, flirting openly. "Back so soon?" he teased Ben. I confronted Ben later. "Is there history?" He admitted a brief flirtation during our break. Hurt surged. "How could you?" The argument exploded. "You left. I was alone," he yelled. I stormed out, back to Jamie's. Days of silence followed. Friends took sides. Some said forgive experimentation. Others called it betrayal. It sparked debate. In open queer culture, was monogamy realistic? Therapy unpacked it. "Breaks blur lines," Dr. Ruiz said. "Decide your rules." I pondered societal double standards, straight infidelity scandals, but gay ones dismissed as typical. Ben reached out. "It meant nothing. You're everything." I met him for coffee. "We need honesty," I said. He agreed, vowing transparency. As winter thawed, our bond strengthened through trials. We volunteered together at the youth shelter, mentoring Tyler. Seeing Ben connect with the kid warmed me. "This is why we fight," he said. Yet a major conflict brewed. Ben's firm offered a promotion in Texas. "Closer to family," he explained. Alarm bells rang. "They barely accept us," I argued. He countered, "Maybe I can change that." It divided us, career versus comfort, progress versus peril. Debates raged. "Risking our safety for a job?" I questioned. He saw opportunity. Friends weighed in. Some admired ambition, others feared regression. It highlighted societal divides, urban acceptance versus rural resistance. In the end, Ben declined. "You're my home," he said. Relief washed over, but the scare deepened our commitment. Spring brought renewal, but with it, fresh challenges. Our reconciliation felt fragile, like a vase pieced back together, beautiful but prone to cracks. Ben's decision to stay in New York eased immediate fears, but underlying issues simmered. We attended couples therapy now, Dr. Ruiz guiding us through communication exercises. "Vulnerability is key," she emphasized. It helped, but real life tested us. One weekend, we visited my parents in California. They welcomed Ben warmly, but subtle tensions arose. Dad, a retired engineer, asked about marriage plans. "With everything legal now, why wait?" Ben shifted uncomfortably. Later, alone, he confessed, "I'm not sure I'm ready." It stung. After 7 years plus reconciliation? "What's holding you back?" I pressed. "Fear of failure," he admitted. "What if we end up like my parents? Divorced and bitter?" His vulnerability disarmed me, but it sparked internal conflict. Society pushed marriage as validation for queer couples, yet many shunned it as assimilation. Friends debated. Some married for rights, others rejected norms. I wanted the commitment, but not if forced. Back in New York, work pressures mounted. My nonprofit landed a grant, meaning longer hours. Ben's cases piled up. We argued about time management. You're always at the office, I complained. And you're glued to your screen, he retorted. It escalated to shouts, echoing our pre-split fights. A turning point came at a protest rally against anti-LGBTQ legislation in several states. We marched together, signs high, chants uniting the crowd. Amid the energy, Ben grabbed my hand. This is us, fighting together. Adrenaline surged, reminding me of our bond. But post-rally, exhaustion hit. At home, Ben collapsed on the couch. I'm tired, Alex. Those words triggered flashbacks. Tired of what? I snapped. He clarified. Just the day, not us. Relief, but paranoia lingered. Social circles added fuel. At a dinner party, a friend quipped, "Gay relationships. Drama queens unite." Laughter ensued, but it irked me. Why trivialize our struggles? I challenged. Debate erupted. Is queer love inherently more turbulent due to external pressures? Opinions split, mirroring broader societal discourse. Ben defended us. Our love is as valid as anyone's. It warmed me, but later he admitted doubt. Sometimes I wonder if we're forcing it. Honesty hurt, but fostered growth. Summer arrived, bringing heat and intensity. We planned a getaway to the Hamptons, hoping to reconnect. The beach house, borrowed from a friend, offered solitude. Walks on the sand, sunset dinners, romance reignited. One night, under stars, Ben proposed. "Marry me, Alex. Let's make it official." Joy overwhelmed, but hesitation crept. "Are you sure? After everything?" He nodded. The break showed me. I can't lose you. Tears flowed as I said yes. But euphoria was short-lived. Announcing to families stirred controversy. My parents celebrated. Ben's reacted poorly. His dad emailed, "Don't expect us there. This isn't right." It devastated Ben. "They'll never change," he sobbed. I comforted him, but rage built. How dare they reject their son? The fallout amplified. Ben withdrew, questioning the wedding. Maybe postpone. I refused. We can't let them win. Arguments ensued, testing our resolve. Friends divided. Some urged confrontation, others diplomacy. It highlighted generational clashes in queer acceptance, progress uneven. Therapy helped navigate. Grieve the loss, but build your family, Dr. Ruiz advised. We leaned on chosen family, Jamie, Marcus, the support group. As wedding plans progressed, a scandal erupted. Ben's colleague, the flirt, spread rumors at work, claiming Ben cheated during our break. Whispers reached clients, jeopardizing his job. "It's a lie," Ben insisted. Investigation cleared him, but damage done. Trust frayed again. "Why didn't you tell me sooner?" I demanded. He explained fear. It sparked a blowout. Secrets destroy us. Hurt, I considered calling it off. Reconciliation came through dialogue. I was ashamed, Ben confessed. We vowed no more omissions. Fall approached, wedding 6 months away. Tyler from the shelter became like a little brother, his progress inspiring. "You guys give me hope," he said. Yet, a major twist. Ben's mom called, apologizing. "I want to understand." Tentative bridge building began. It offered hope amid chaos. As we navigated, love deepened, scarred but stronger. Society's judgments persisted, but our choices defined us. With the wedding drawing near, tensions peaked. Venue booked, suits fitted, but emotional hurdles loomed. Ben's mom's outreach led to a video call. Awkward but progress. "I love you, son," she said tearfully. "I may not fully get it, but I'll try." His dad remained silent, a shadow over joy. Planning amplified differences. I wanted a big celebration, symbol of triumph. Ben preferred intimate. "Why invite judgment?" he argued. Compromise. 50 guests, mix of friends and family. Work intruded. My campaign launched successfully, but Ben's firm faced backlash for his involvement in queer cases. Colleagues distanced. Promotion stalled. Homophobia disguised as politics, he vented. Fueled debates. Should he quit or fight? I supported fighting. Change from within. But stress strained us. Late nights. Ben snapped over trivialities. You're always optimistic, reality bites. Hurt, I retreated. Pre-wedding party turned disastrous. Friends toasted. But the rumor spreader crashed, drunk and confrontational. Ben's a player, he slurred. Chaos ensued. Guests whispered. Ben escorted him out, but damage lingered. Post-party, we fought. Your past haunts us, I accused. He countered. Our break was mutual. Emotions boiled, leading to a night apart. Morning brought apologies. We can't let outsiders win, Ben said. We recommitted, focusing on us. Honeymoon plans, Greece, romantic escape. But a health scare interrupted. I fainted at work, diagnosed with stress-induced anxiety. Doctor prescribed rest. Ben cared for me, roles reversing. I can't lose you, he whispered. Recovery strengthened bonds. We attended more rallies, advocating against bans on gay adoption. Public speaking, Ben shone. Love is love, he declared to cheers. But controversy struck. A conservative media outlet targeted Ben's case, labeling him activist lawyer undermining family values. Online trolls harassed, we received threats. Fear gripped. Is this worth it? Ben questioned. I affirmed. Yes, for us, for kids like Tyler. It united us against adversity. As vows neared, Ben's dad called. I won't come, but good luck. Half-hearted, but a crack in armor. Wedding day arrived, Central Park, autumn hues. Vows exchanged. Through tiredness and pleas, I choose you. Cheers erupted. Reception joyful, dances shared. Ben's mom attended, hugging us. Proud, she said. But post-wedding reality hit. Honeymoon blissful, but return brought routine. Ben's job pressures persisted. My work demanded travel. A month in, argument over relocation. Ben suggested suburbs for peace. Cities too chaotic. I resisted. It's our home. Debate raged, echoing early conflicts. Friends opined, urban queer life versus suburban assimilation? It sparked societal questions. Through it, love endured. We navigated, choices defining. 2 years post-wedding, our life settled into a rhythm, but echoes of the past lingered. Ben's career shifted. He left the firm for a nonprofit focused on LGBTQ rights, finding purpose. I advanced in design, creating visuals for equality campaigns. We adopted a dog, Max, symbolizing our family. But challenges persisted. Ben's family ties mended slowly. Holidays included awkward but improving visits. My side fully embraced. Socially, we mentored young couples, sharing our story. Communication saves, we advised. Tyler, now in college, thrived. Yet, a final test arose. Ben confessed lingering doubts. Sometimes I wonder if we're truly happy. It reopened wounds. Tired again? I asked fearfully. He clarified, not of you, of the fight. Society's evolving but persistent biases weighed. Debates on trans rights, conversion therapy bans, we engaged but exhaustion built. We sought therapy again. Evolve together, Dr. Ruiz said. In a quiet moment, Ben begged, stay with me through it all. I affirmed, always. Our journey from anniversary fallout to Plea taught resilience. But was forgiving his initial tiredness the right choice, or should I have walked away for good?